morning, Investor World. We wanted to walk you through kind of an example of where you're going to be on a fix and flip property in these uncertain times, so you guys can see the changes and you can make offers effectively kind of moving forward. Excuse me if I look up. I'm looking at my larger screen, and for whatever reasons, this shoots on my MacBook, which is chest level. So if I'm looking up, I'm not trying to be rude in the video. I'm just looking at my larger screen. So let's walk you through an example. This is going to be a fix and flip with a purchase price of 110, a rehab budget of 65, total cost of 175. So here we start to get the loan particulars. The loan amount is going to be 157, so that's 90% of total project cost. Our ARV is going to be 250,000. The cost of this on total loan was 9%. You paid 2 points. You had 12 months to complete the project. Your total cost of loan was $17,325. The total cash need was $17,500. 12% on your cost of capital cost you $2,100 in interest to raise that money. Total loan cost is going to be $19,000. With your cash raise, we estimated some closing costs here, $12,500. Your profit margin was going to be 43%. You had a gross profit margin percentage-wise at 22%. So this is all pre-virus. We come back up here and we look at post-virus, and we change the figures to match. So same purchase price, same rehab budget, same total cost. Here's the difference. Big difference between $157,500 and $131,250. They're going to cap you potentially between 75% and 80% of total project cost. So again, you see that 75 number here. If we made this an 80, you'd be at 140. You pick up 9,000. Again, we think people are going to be, and what we're seeing is guys be very conservative with 75%. Same ARV. That cost went from 9 to 12. Your points went from 2 to 4. Term stayed the same. You may get an 18-month term currently. Interest and points here, costs went up an additional $3,600. Cash needed. Here's a big difference. You went from $17,000 you had to bring to the table. Now you got to bring $43,750, and you got to raise that because LPs are uncertain. So that cost of capital to raise went from a 12 to a 15. This might be an 18. So that's $6,500 cost to you. Total loan and cash, $27,000. Again, $8,000 spread, same closing costs. Profit margins were reduced. Your profit on the project reduced by $8,000 altogether, and your profit margin shrunk to 17%. So all things considered, you can still do this deal. It's going to cost you a little bit more. It's not as sexy. If there's change orders or you make a mistake, you don't have as much margin here with the profit margins, and you probably have to do more to make the same kind of money you were doing if you were flipping at volume. However, if we target a 20% return, and we come up here and we look at a change in ARV, so this after rehab value shifts by 10%, puts us down to 225. So if we change this number to 225, and we try to do the same deal at the same purchase price, you're going to see that it's $110,000, and your profit margin's razor thin, and so you can't do this deal. So if we solve for this, what do we need to pay for this property, for this to target a 20, giving all the constraints of bringing more liquidity to the table and additional financing costs? So let's do that math. So we go up here, we do a goal seek. We want to seek this 6% to be a 20% return, and we want to solve for what the purchase price would need to be to do that, assuming a 10% shift in ARV. And you can see that it's a drastic difference between 88 and 110. So 110 minus 88. It's a $21,000 shift in purchase price with just a 10% shift in ARV. So what happens if we shift by 20%, which is closer to what we saw in 2018? And this goes to 200, not 2 million. What happens? So let's do the same analysis. Again, we'll solve for a 20 here from a gross profit margin from a percentage perspective. Our ARV shifted by 20%. What does that purchase price need to be? Goal seek, 7% needs to be 20%. If the purchase price is what? 79. So now your purchase price shipped by $38,000 in this particular scenario. So we just want to be cognizant when we're doing deals. There's got to be a little bit more meat. You're going to see some compression in ARVs. Be thinking about that when it's your purchase price, especially with all the other variables around construction and rehab, timelines, inspections, rent compression potentially in certain neighborhoods, and then ARVs that are bloated in tertiary neighborhoods. So we hope this is helpful. Give us a ring if you need anything. You can catch me on my cell phone, 717-497-5958, or you can reach us on the web at ifundphilly.com, or you can reach out to us via email, ryan@ifundphilly.com, or our VP of Sales, Chris Terrio, at chris@ifundphilly.com. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Talk to you soon.